Hey guys, RohanX17 here, coming at you with another episode of Why Is This Card Banned? Today I'm talking about another, slightly more broken, or at least more obviously broken than Elma, which I did previously. Spell card. Card destruction. I'm sorry about that, guys. This is a really old copy, so I read it and instantly sorry about it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So, card destruction, I definitely say, is much more obvious. It's a bit more obvious why it's banned as opposed to Elma, which we just did last time. And why am I keep bringing that up? It doesn't matter. Anyway, so card destruction destroys cards. Where, you might ask? Right from Wa. I think, despite the decks that were able to break this card, which I'll get into in a second, I think another real reason why this card got banned was just the fact that you could eliminate your opponent's hand. Like, say if your opponent's playing Exodia, and you know they got a piece, boop, play card destruction, it's all gone. Well, at least that's what I did with this card. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I did with this card, is screw with those guys. Anyway, so let's see. I'll let you quickly read its effect in general. And I'll read it for those. I'll say it for those who didn't want to read it. Both players must discard their entire hands and draw the same number of cards they discarded from their respective decks. So basically, you lose, let's say, 4 or 5 cards, then you get to draw 4 or 5 cards. I don't know. I had a problem. I was really dreading making this video because I've never really used card destruction except to screw with Exodia players and the such. Having most of my main decks are combo-based decks like wind-ups, so I've never had any real want or desire to play this card. But, that aside, another real reason that this card got banned, and probably the more likely reason, is certain decks were able to absolutely just profit so much off of this card, particularly Dark Worlds. Now, you guys might be familiar with Dark Worlds, or at least you should. The main problem with Dark Worlds is that it took them a long time. When it was first released, well, maybe not first released, when it really became good, it was a real hunt to try to find out all the cards that would work, because what we found out was that if a card was discarded by a cost, then the Dark World wouldn't get its effect. It had to be by the effect and not the cost. This really limited what you could play. In fact, even the Dark World Lightning card, which is a Dark World card, doesn't actually do it. How you can tell is if the negative thing, or particularly the discarding, is said at the beginning, and it's just one small sentence. That's when it's a cost. However, upon looking into it, people were able to find all sorts of really good cards that were able to do it, particularly Drag Down from the Grave, which lets you discard and let you look from your opponent's hand as well, and Card Destruction. Basically, have like a bunch of Dark Worlds in your hand, play this, they all get their effect off, and you get a brand new hand. So basically, activate a bunch of effects, draw 4 or 5 cards. This was ridiculous. Even at 1, which it was for a very long time. It was simply ridiculous for that. Heck, I think this card, while it was limited, I think Dark Worlds won a YCS, actually. But then to hit Dark Worlds, they banned this, I assume. And then they limited EEV. So, yeah. Sorry guys, I just don't really know what to say about this card. It's pretty basic, and I never really used it ever. So, do I think it can come back? I don't... It's kind of like how I view Fiber Jar now. It wouldn't really hurt the game all that bad outside of what Dark Worlds would do with it. It's just that it's not going to do anything good for the game. It's just going to create those really situational games with that one rare game where your opponent's going to end up starting playing it. It's going to play it, and then it's just going to irritate you. So what I'm trying to say is it's not going to, in itself, it's not really going to do a whole lot out of Dark World. It's just going to irritate. All it does is just sit and irritate people losing cards out of their hand. Or in having to completely just get a whole new strategy ready. With new cards they draw they weren't prepared to use. Anyway, so yeah. I don't think it should come back. If you think it can, or agree with me, tell me in the comments section why. If there's something else I missed, which I most likely did, please tell me in the comments. I really need to hear it. So, if If you like my videos, like, comment, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. This is RowanX17 signing out.